I'm very excited this week to show you the progress we've made in the dressing room here and the platform that you can see in the mirror behind me that our clawfoot tub is going to sit on. We are so close to getting the tub in place and working. Not quite there yet, but it's really close. I can just taste it. It's so close. But this weekend we should be able to finish all the little jobs that need to get done and get it in place. Now I want to show you this the platform that we're building behind you, because all the floorboards that we're using we've taken from the attic. So all the wood that we're using is reused from the manor, and we've taken them and Stephen has planed them down, and then we've put them onto the platform, and it is looking just stunning. I am so happy and excited that we can be reusing wood and items in the manor. It's really important to us to be able to reuse and not buy new whenever we can. And so let me show you what this platform is now looking like. Each floorboard we found up in the attic was taken down, and we planed the top of it to make it nice and smooth, and then each floorboard was then cut and placed onto the platform, ready for our tub to go on. We have a few more planks to go before the platform is finished, but the amazing thing about these floorboards is they've been in the manor for many years, but after we planed them, they've come up almost like new. And so these are getting ready to be stained, and then we'll put a top coat on to protect them when the tub is put on top. I had a bunch of people ask me whether I cleaned out this tub before I filmed in it for our last episode of the diaries, and the answer is no, because I really don't like cleaning very much, to be very honest, and as you can see, it's pretty disgusting. And I just sat in it because I'm so used to being covered in dirt and my clothing covered in dirt that I just figured, hey, I'll just get in. But we do need to clean it because we are now going to start actually using it. And so today I am doing one of my favorite things, which is cleaning. I am not a big fan of cleaning. I do not understand those people who love to clean, and I have huge respect for them. And I wish I was one of those people, but I don't. Anyway, so I am working on cleaning this tub, which we're not sure exactly how well it's going to come up, because I'm not sure how much damage there is to the actual enamel, but we're going to give it a really good scrub and see what happens, to see whether we will need to re-enamel it. Yeah, cleaning, it's not something I love. Oh, this is just creating dirty sawdust.
Maybe use the vacuum first.
Probably.
And with the little brush on it. You saying?
I know what you said. With the tub all cleaned out, it was ready for us to start prepping the outside, and the first step was to get it all sanded down, ready for painting. I feel like I have been waiting for this day for so long. This tub has been sitting in this room all dirty, and we are now almost at the point where it's actually going to go into the suite, and I get the very exciting job of painting it. Now, I've actually changed my mind a few times on this one. My previous clawfoot tub that I painted, I knew I wanted to do it black with the gold feet. This one, which is going to be in our main suite, I had actually thought of doing it gold and then doing kind of black and gold feet, but in the end I changed my mind, as I do, and I ended up going with this beautiful damask pink, and I just think it will be a little bit more subtle than like the gold, although gold would have looked beautiful too. So I now have the fabulous job of painting my first coat. We have sanded this tub down, we've cleaned it all up, we've washed it down, we got rid of all the dust, so it's all prepped and ready. And I'm now going to paint it. And what's really funny, I think, is that you can see this tub's got white on the side, but back in the day they never twisted it or turned it upside down and painted the bottom. The bottom of these tubs are always the original colour. I guess at that time you just painted it standing on its feet, so you never actually got underneath. So for the first time it's getting a paint job on the bottom of the tub, but I'm going to do one coat today for the first coat, and then tomorrow I'll come back and do a second coat, and then we get to put the feet on. The feet needed a little bit of TLC, and so we painted them gold, which is a perfect combination to go with this beautiful damask pink. So I have cleaned the tub as well as I could, and there are a certain amount of rust stains on here that we can't get off, so we've decided that we have to refinish it. Now, obviously enameling a bathtub is not something that we're able to do. So we found this product by Rust-Oleum that is a tub and tile product, and basically has two steps. So our first step, what I'm doing right now, is to put this lovely gel on, and it actually, ironically, kind of matches the color of our tub. This kind of pinkish look, and it comes in this gel, and what we do is we layer it or paste it onto the side of the tub. And what this is going to do is it's actually going to etch the tub. So it's going to take off the shiny top coat that was on the enamel and essentially prepare the tub for us to repaint it in white. So this stuff is basically acid. It's we paint it on, and we're doing this tub in sections so that we can make sure that we don't leave it on too long. And about 5 minutes later, after we've applied it, we then rinse it off, and it dulls all the top coat. And then once we've done that, we will then paint the white back on and essentially put the top coat back on. But this allows it to stick really nicely, and it's a really interesting product. We've never used it before. This is the first time that we've been working with it. So we're going to see over the next kind of few hours how successful it works out. But so far it's good. We're making sure that we're protecting ourselves with the gloves. Doesn't smell too bad, which is good. Sometimes these acid, these chemical products are not very good in terms of smell, but if it gives us a nice tub at the finish, it's going to be worth it. So the tub has come out way better than we were expecting, to be honest. It's taken the shine off, it's looking really white, it's taken some of the stains away. So we're really pleased with it. So the next step is our tub and tile spray from Rust-Oleum, and this will put the white shine back on. And so I'm going to get Stephen to do this, because Stephen is my expert sprayer. I don't know how he does it, but he always seems to be able to do spray painting beautifully, and my attempts are never as good. So he's going to get this, I'm going to give this to him, and we're going to now get this all sprayed up and ready for me to use. So the tub has now dried after we've sprayed it with the white finish, but unfortunately, I mean, it's come up really nice and white, but unfortunately it's got a rough texture to it, and we don't feel it's as glossy as it should look. And the one thing about restoring any house, and particularly an old property, is that there's a lot of trial and error. You know, we try something, we've never used the product before, or we've never tried it before. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't work as well. So this is one of the things that hasn't worked as well, but we have another plan. So we have now found another product that's an epoxy combination. So we combine two products together, and it creates essentially a paint that we will roll onto the tub, and that will give it a nice glossy finish that's really nice and hard wearing. Now, again, we've not used the product before. We've seen and we've done a lot of research on it and lots of great reviews. So we're going to try that next in the next couple of days, and I will let you know how it works. But in the meantime, the tub is looking great. It's just not quite up to the standard that we want it to be. So we're going to do a little bit more tweaking. But as you can see behind me, the tub is looking amazing. I am just so excited about how it's come out with the paint and the refinishing inside, even though it's not quite finished. And then obviously the taps. I really never thought I would get this excited about taps, but this tap faucet that we are adding to our clawfoot tub, we have temporarily put it on. We are still finishing the inside, and we're going to put another coat on that, but to ensure we get the water lines in the right place so that we can drill the holes in the platform and create the platform base, we have temporarily put it onto the tub so we can make sure we get all our measurements right. But so when Stephen put it on yesterday, I surprised myself at how excited I was about taps on the tub, but I just love it. I love how old and the vintage look. I love the color. I think it's just gonna look fantastic. So all we need now is for Stephen to actually hook it up, because it looks nice, but it's completely useless right now. But we're getting very, very close to actually having a tub in place with taps that I can use. I feel like I'm doing one big giant jigsaw right now. I've been working on laying out all the tiles on our ensuite floor. You'll remember way back we actually started laying this flooring, but then I couldn't quite decide on the pattern I wanted, so it kind of ground to a halt. So I'm back now, laying it all out so it's ready for Stephen to actually grout and place and all those fun things. So I am using these really pretty hexagons, and I bought the white and the black, but I wanted to put in a design. I didn't want it to be very plain. So I've done it with the black stripe all the way around the edge of the room, and I'm just putting in this last piece here, and you can see I'm actually missing a few, so I've got to get a few more tiles to fill that in. And then I've been working on kind of my pattern inside the middle, because I didn't want it just to be plain white, so I decided to use the black kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 little hexagons to make kind of, it almost looks kind of like a flower. And then I've taken the one white and put it in the middle. And Stephen has been kind of cursing me, because he was like, don't make it too complicated, because obviously laying all these little tiny tiles is a big job. But I think that I found a good balance. I think I found a balance where it looks very effective, it's got great impact, but it's fairly simple and it's not too difficult for him to lay. So I have been kind of working out and measuring all my tiles to make sure they're all even in my pattern and my flowers. But I think I finally got there. And so it's all laid out. You'll see that on the edges, Stephen needs to cut. so they'll all be fitted nicely. But this way, it's all laid out for him, and now he can come along, cut the edges, lay them down with the mortar, and then we can grout it and it will be finished. And I think it's a fairly small room, but it has a very simple design and great impact. So I'm really excited because then this room is pretty much usable. So, although we have been using the shower, but it's not as fun when you're walking across dirty floors to go and have your shower, trust me. So this is a big step. So I'm gonna get back to finalizing my design, and I'm gonna go and get some more tiles for this little gap, and I will see you on our next episode of the Ladysmith Manor Diaries.